Good morning. Welcome to Eating with Dagmar. You know, all this cottage cheese and yogurt making got me all creative and inspired as to different kinds of breakfasts for me to have. So I thought I'd take you along with me on my morning journey of figuring out what I'm having for breakfast. And this breakfast food can literally keep you going, I mean, for a really long time. It's just so nourishing. So, since I have, here's my little Cuisinart. Since I have all this amazing cottage cheese that I made, I'm now going to make a breakfast with it. And you never know what time of year you'll have access to raw milk or any milk. I mean, with what you're seeing happening in the world, there may be times where you will not have access to milk, so there will be no delicious breakfast like this. But then you'll have to come up with something else, which, oh my, I'm dropping the precious, sacred, very expensive cottage cheese. That was like 50 cents worth. No, it wasn't that much. And there's some on the floor now. Okay, well, I'll clean that later. So I'm going to make like cottage cheese, yogurt, and fruit mix. It really makes breakfast it's like you're having dessert, it's just so luxurious. And let's see, what else? And full of protein and fat and carbs and all the things that you need. So I just put some cottage cheese in here. And the idea is I like putting in cottage cheese and yogurt because they both have very different bacteria. So I like to keep my microbiome diverse. So I'm putting in some of this. And this morning I'm feeling like I wanted to have a very fresh kind of tart flavor. So where I had some lemon. I squeezed some fresh lemon juice. I'm going to put a nice little dollop of tartness in there. So it's going to make a kind of, again, here we go with the cheesecake thing. I got to stop with the cheesecake, but I can't. All right, so now we want to make sure that the portions are right so that this will be sufficient protein for the day. And I happen to have some apricots and raspberries here, so I'm going to put those in there. Now, the raspberries I will put in at the end for decorative purposes. It's only 6 raspberries. This is just a little tip. A lot of people don't buy raspberries because they go so bad or they're sold mushy. The key to keeping raspberries in the refrigerator for, sometimes I've even kept them for 2 weeks, is to always layer them with paper between them, and make sure that whatever you put them in, that it has air, that it's breathing like this. And I keep some of these just so I can, it takes, if you buy one of these, you need 2 of these containers to layer them out so that they last a long time. And this paper acts as straw, because strawberry, where that comes from? It's because if you don't put straw under the berry bush, the berries go bad. So the strawberry is like the paper towel of nature. The straw is the paper towel of nature. So in order to make this last a long time, now this is already like a week old, and look at them, they're just fine. So I just thought I'd share that little tip with you. And now breakfast wouldn't be breakfast if I wouldn't put any butter into it. Fresh butter from the Amish. Oh, clean spoon. And just the butter, it's again full of omega-3s, full of good fats. as opposed to pasteurized butter. When the fats are heated, it's actually carcinogenic. But when you're eating the fats raw, so I just put like, a couple of these. It really transforms it from like cottage cheese and yogurt to a cheesecake rich, luxurious breakfast. And it's not going to be a big amount. It's going to be a relatively humble little meal, but man, it goes a long way. Now I'm going to put one raw egg in it. Why not? Because I try to put raw eggs wherever I can, because I'm not one of those macho guys. Maybe one day I will be, like if I suddenly get really, really sick and I need to just chuck raw eggs, maybe I'll do it. But for now, I'm doing it the girl way, the luxurious, the dainty way. I'm not jumping into the cold pool of water. I'm slowly walking in. So, and as you know, we always check the egg before we put it in, and we clear our nose using an ancient Tibetan breathing technique, but we don't display that on camera because we have some dignity. Okay, my nasal passages are clear. Smells just fine, meaning that it has no smell. If it has a smell, then you just throw it away. Here I just pour it on the grass and let it transmute itself into life again. So I'm putting this in here. And there would be no meal with just one date in it. And like I've said many times before, the date is the marrying food. It marries flavors. These dates are from California that a friend of mine sends me once a year. So I'm putting just one little date in there. And I have this beautiful, just right, ripened apricot. Oh my God, this looks amazing. Oh God, I wish I could grow an apricot tree over here. I don't know. I don't know if apricot trees thrive in the South. Wow. So, apricots very high in iron. No, sorry, not iron. Zinc. Zinc. High in zinc. And anything that has color, the richer the color, the more minerals it has. Like the date, it's got some really good minerals in it. And this, look at just this beautiful color. So I'm going to put that in there and blend that up. And since my mentor and hero is Agenus von der Planets and his teachings, I always go back to them. No matter what road I divert to, I always come back to his way of eating. He's taught me that putting a little bit of honey when you have dairy, it helps to absorb the minerals of it. Your body absorbs the minerals because the honey has some amazing enzymes. So I have a huge honey collection here, like maybe eight different honeys. Because every day, if it's truly raw honey, you can just choose which honey is right for you because your nose knows. Today this one smells really amazing. But there have been days where I smell it and it'll be like, it almost smells like some toxic chemical. So our nose will let us know what our body needs as long as it's raw. If the food is cooked, then it can't really read the it's a foreign substance. But if it's raw, if I smell this, today it smells amazing. But there have been times when I would smell a strawberry, and the same batch, and it would smell amazing, and then the next day it would be like, ooh. And the day that it smells good and you taste it, it's like it would taste like strawberry shortcake. But on a day when your nose is saying you put it in your mouth, and it's almost like your whole mouth just puckers, and you don't get any saliva, which means that your body does not want it. This is actually, it is a form, it is a diet that I was on at one point. It's called the Gene Fit diet. And wow, but nobody can afford to be on this diet. The way you do this is that every day you spread fruits, vegetables, meats, fish, many different types on the table, and you sniff each one. And the one where you start to salivate, or where you're or the one that smells like heaven, is the one that your body needs. And you just keep eating it, one food at a time. And wow, it was really amazing. But most people, unless you're super wealthy, then you can afford to have somebody shop for you and buy so many different things. So truly your body starts to build itself according to what it knows it needs. So I will put just like a real little, see, like a tiny dash of the honey. And we got the date in there, which is the marrying food. See, like when the honey smells like that and you taste it, it's like, you don't need anything else. You're in heaven. Oh, wow. It's local honey too. It's great if you can get local honey. But if you do inquire about local honey, make sure you ask the beekeeper, do you warm or heat the honey at any point to get it to flow, or or do you like smoke the bees? Because it really makes a difference. When it's completely not heated, it's just like night and day. And also it has more sugars when it's heated. It turns into sugars. So when it's truly raw, it has way less sugar, way more enzymes, and it's like medicine. It's just, honey is medicine, and it can last 1,000 years. It doesn't go bad if it's truly raw. Okay, so now I think I've got every ingredient in here in this little breakfast, apricot, whatever. I'm going to make some noise. This could actually be breakfast for two. This may be. Let's see what we've created, or let's taste what we've created. Wow, so light with the dash of lemon in there. I like it. I like it. And I love the color too. Look at this beautiful color. Gosh, I hope it translates, but it's like this beautiful salmon creamy orange. I think I need to blend it some more because the dates aren't fully blended. Okay, I mean, it's just gonna be beautiful. Where's my plate? Well, I guess I could eat it off of this plate. Why not? Because it is thick enough, and I would put it in a bowl, but the camera is where the cabinet is, and I can't open it, so I can't get to that bowl. So I'm just going to put it on a flat plate. Why not? It'll be interesting. Breakfast on a plate. And see, the butter made it so, what's the word? The butter just made it like like a cheesecake. I guess it's an apricot cheesecake. I will lick this later. So now, for decorative purposes, I can make it look like a very special meal. I guess it's not as much as I thought. Here we have breakfast. And this breakfast will keep you going. And while you're eating it, you're going to feel like, you know, when did I become a queen? Or who made me king? Even though it's so dessert-like, but incredibly nourishing and satisfying. And life is good. Wow. Just the right amount of sweetness, tartness, fattiness. No salt in this one. Well, even though there is some natural salt in the milk, the raw milk, so there is a little bit of that saltiness, but it's like cake for breakfast. So this is, I don't know what I'm gonna call this yet. I'll figure something out. Thanks for watching, and have a beautiful rest of your day.